Good morning!
Today we are visiting Butrint National Park here in Albania.
So our tour today starts off with the Venetian Tower right next to the river. Starting our tour, you can see that we come right through these two marble columns leading down a trail that's lined with trees. Butrint owes its growth and early fame to a sanctuary dedicated to the god of medicine, founded in the 4th century BC. Worshippers came to the sanctuary in order to be healed, leaving symbolic objects and money to the god and his attendant priest. It's been raining lately, and so everything's flooded here. Actually kind of makes it a little bit more prettier. So here we are at the theater. Here, written on the wall, actually still see, it's what this says means no smoking in theater and turn off your cell phone when seated. Caesar arrived in Butrint in 44 BC and recognized its potential as a town. After his bitter struggle with Pompey, he designated Butrint a Roman colonial city. Augustus, Caesar's adopted son, further developed the colony after defeating Antony and Cleopatra in 31 BC. The larger-than-life early imperial statues discovered in the theater include Augustus, his wife Livia, and his successful general Agrippa. They were daily reminders to the citizens of Butrint of their patron's generosity. Here we can see how the Roman town planning began. A measure of Butrint's prosperity in mid-Roman period can be seen in its townscape. The plan of the new Roman town was very different to earlier fortified sites. The new town was laid out using a regular system of streets which divided the town into equal-sized units of land within the urban area. baptistery is one of the outstanding early Byzantine monuments of the central Mediterranean. Its complex structure ranks it alongside the large freestanding baptisteries of late antique and medieval Italy, and its extraordinary mosaic pavement is the best preserved and by far the most elaborate of any of these. Looking in this direction was known as the Verina Plain. It's the low-lying area once formed a thriving suburb to the Roman Butrint. The warning power of the Roman Empire in the west initiated substantial changes at Butrint that are reflected in the construction of a new defense wall built in the second quarter of the 6th century AD. This is the Lion Gate and was not part of the original wall, but was placed here in the 5th century AD in order to reduce the size of the gate and make it easier to defend. Large sections of the channel side wall that can be seen today, including much of the Watergate. According to history, in 1386, the Republic of Venice purchased this area. The Venetian castle was built shortly after. However, the Venetian merchants were principally interested in Corfu, not Butrint, so Butrint declined. By 1572, the wars between Venice and the Ottoman Empire had left the city in ruins, and the Acropolis was abandoned. In 1797, the area came under French sovereignty. However, in 1799, the local Ottoman governor conquered it and became a part of the Ottoman Empire until Albania gained its independence in 1913. By that time, Albania gained its independence. The site of the original city had been unoccupied for centuries and was surrounded by marshes. In 1920, the Venetian's castle was restored. Since 1938, it houses a museum. This area is considered one of the most important archaeological sites in Albania. It also became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1992.
That's it from Butrint.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out our Instagram account.